Hey everybody, welcome to this video. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm super excited to chat makeup with you as usual. Today we're going to talk about the e.l.f. and Jkissa collection, or not collection, palette, and we're not even going to do a whole lot of talking. This is really just going to be a quick demo for you on my eye look today. Not really a whole lot to go over. This is not really going to be a dazzled or disappointed. I just want to get into the habit of doing more just quick, not even get ready with me's, just quick eye looks in which you can see how I usually do my makeup. I don't typically go very simple, but I don't do complex really. But I do love to play with color and sparkle and all of that. But anyways, so I've been playing around with this bad boy, and quite frankly, I will just upfront give you my thoughts. So if you are interested in this palette, yes, it is a beautiful color scheme. And I love I think primarily the thought behind it. So the whole theme of rescuing dogs. I'm a dog mom. So all our dogs have been adopted. I am a firm believer and a firm advocate for adopt, don't shop. Doggies from the shelter usually give you the best kind of love. Not to say that other dogs don't, but there's almost some sort of appreciation that dogs are smarter than we give them credit for. Anyways, so I love the theme around it. I won't go too much into that. But anyways, in addition, I love the color scheme. But here's the thing, I think you're really gonna see in my expressions throughout the video that I'm not seeing what everybody else sees in this palette. Just real quick, the mattes are I find them to be really thin and not very pigmented. I end up having to layer over and over and over again to get the kind of pigmentation I sort of want. And then I'm just gonna tell you that my hope for these, because everything I was seeing on online and on videos was incredible. I was gonna say sensational, but who uses that word? And so what I have found these to be is more of like a topper, and you know how I feel about toppers. I feel like there's kind of a fine line where something can be just a topper, or it can be a topper or just kind of a standalone, and I love when they can do both. Also, the very first time that I used this palette, hard pan started to form, probably because of the oils on my fingers, but I usually don't expect that after the very first use. So I have to dig when it comes to these shades. I feel like the blue and the green are the best out of the bunch. They're the most opaque looking. They even look very metallic right here on camera, but truly and honestly, look at the blue. And I don't know, maybe you can't even tell, but it is very, very sheer. It doesn't have the opacity I want. So again, maybe I'm using it wrong, heck if I know, but it just doesn't have that wow factor that I really was seeing everybody else experience. So anyways, that being said, that's just my opinion. Honestly, we all have so many different experiences. You might think otherwise of this palette, and I think that's awesome because quite frankly, if you love the palette, $20 is a great price to pay. So anyways, we're just gonna do a quick eye look today. That is really gonna be it. I will be back after to just close out the video and give you a quick love on you verse of the day, but let's get into the eye look.
So starting with the shade Millie, which is the brighter orange, I'm going to go in with my Melt Cosmetics blending brush. I'm going to go in with plenty of product and just lay that down in my crease area. This is going to really be one of the brightest shades that we're going to use for this look. It's a really happy shade. I do like it, but it does take a little bit of layering. Next up, I'm going to go in with the shade Tank, which is the deeper green, and I'm just really laying this down into the, I don't know, like the most hollow point of my crease, I guess, just to deepen it up. I've noticed with this shade that if you go a little too messy, I guess, it can really make it look muddy and just real inconsistent. It's not my favorite shade, but to deepen up, it works, and I place it pretty carefully, as you could tell. Next, I'm going to go in with my same Melt Cosmetics blending brush, not adding any extra product, and just going to blend that out just so that it doesn't look like I placed a line there in my crease. I'm going to go in with the red shade called Casey and a Morphe blending brush and just placing this on the outer portion of my lid. I'm trying to go into this as generously as I can. And this did take layering several times, but I'm just going in generously, putting as much as I want on there. Next, I'm going to go in with the deeper red called Pepper, and this is a Huda dual-ended brush, and I'm just placing this right there over top of that Casey shade just to kind of add a little bit more of a deeper red, which obviously that's what it is, but just trying to deepen that up a little. Next, I'm going to go in with the shade Zuma, which is the darker orange, and just using a shader brush, just placing that down on my lid. This is where I really started to get frustrated, and I have gotten frustrated with these mattes, but it's just kind of, it's not very pigmented. I went in multiple times, and it never reached that point that I wanted it to be at. Next, going in with the shade Suki and my finger, and just digging in there because it really is hard to get payoff on these. Now, I don't know if it's because the first time I used these metallic shades, I did go in with my finger and I got hard pan right away, but quite frankly, the payoff is just disappointing. I mean, for lack of a better word. You can tell that I'm getting very, very frustrated. I layered this about 4 times, and on that 4th time, I dug my finger in so much. So finally, this time was the charm. And once it's on, it's really nice. It's lovely, it's sparkly, but the journey to get there is really, really frustrating. Next, I'm going to go in with that same Huda brush, no extra product, and I'm just going to place that right between those 2 shades, between the red and the one that I just put down, which was Suki. Did not mean to use that finger, you guys. I was not flipping you off. Just kind of meshing those 2 shades there so that they look a little bit more blended and seamless. Next, going in with the yellow called Yosemite. Just placing this over top of that Millie shade. Funny story, growing up, we did visit Yosemite, and my mom called it Yosemite. It's just funny, we look back and laugh at it now. Alright, so next, going in with the shade Millie on my lower lash line. I'm just going to place this all over the lid. That's the lid, the lower lash line. What did I just say? Just placing this all over just because it's a very brightening shade. And then I'm going to go in with the shade Casey and a liner brush. And this is what I'm going to put a little closer to the lash line on the outer portion of my lash line. Okay, just putting on my lashes, going back in with that shade Suki and a little detail brush. And we're going to dig and dig and dig. And this is what we're going to place in the inner corner. This was definitely not my smoothest work, not my smoothest palette. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. And if you own this palette, I hope you found this look to be a little bit inspiring for your next look.
Okay, my friends, I hope you enjoyed. That was very quick, really easy. And I hope to do more of these just so that you can kind of get a little bit more, you know, not get ready with me, but like I said, eye looks and things like that. And it's just not only product reviews and stuff. So real quick verse of the day, just to encourage you, motivate you, to tell you that I love you and that Jesus loves you. Today's comes from 1 John 5:14, and it says, "This is the confidence we have in approaching God, that if we ask anything according to his will, he hears us." I love that verse so much. It's one of my favorites, and it's just incredible and speaks to the wonders of how amazing that he actually hears us. You know, everything going on in the world, but yet he hears our prayer, and that's an amazing thing. I'm testament to that. All right, guys, I love each and every one of you. I enjoyed talking makeup with you, getting ready with you a little bit, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.